As a leader, you're constantly dealing with reality, right? Deadlines, projects, team dynamics, the works. But what if I told you that the single solid reality you think you're managing, well, it doesn't actually exist for your team? Let's get into this because honestly, getting your head around this idea is a total game changer for how you lead.
Yeah, you heard that right. Let that just sink in for a second. This might be one of the most powerful things a leader can ever really grasp. You, me, every single person on your team, none of us is experiencing objective reality. What we're actually experiencing all day, every day, is our own unique interpretation of what's going on. And look, this isn't just some abstract philosophical idea. This is the basic operating system for how we all work as humans. And it has a massive impact on your team's performance, their morale, and the results you get. So how do we take this big idea and turn it into one of your most powerful leadership tools? Let's dive in. I mean, think about it. You've seen this play out 1,000 times. You announce a new initiative, one person on your team is practically buzzing with excitement, and the person sitting right next to them looks like you just gave them the worst news of their life. The situation was identical, the reactions worlds apart. So what gives? Well, the answer lies in these invisible forces that are always at work. Let's call them perception filters, and they are constantly shaping how every single one of us sees the world. You can think of it like this. Every one of us has an interpretation engine running in the background 24/7. It's this subconscious process that takes in raw data from the world and, in a split second, processes it and gives it meaning. And the key thing here is that this isn't a choice we make, it's just an automatic function of how our brains are wired. And the process itself is actually pretty simple. You can break it down into 3 steps. Step 1, something happens. An objective event, like an email lands in your inbox. Step 2, that email instantly gets run through our personal filters. And bam, step 3, we're left with our interpretation, which to us feels like the absolute reality of the situation. So what exactly are these powerful filters? Well, the source material really boils it down to 3 big ones. First, our beliefs about the world, our work, and ourselves. Second, our library of past experiences, all the things that have happened to us that tell us what to expect. And third, our current emotional state, which pretty much puts a color tint on everything we see. Okay, theory is great, but let's make this real. Let's watch how this engine builds 2 completely different outcomes from the very same starting point. And here it is, the exact same situation. For person 1, their filters kick in. Maybe they have a core belief that challenges make me stronger. And what do they feel? Opportunity. But for person 2, their filters are colored by, say, a past project that went totally off the rails. What did they feel? Fear. See, the event itself was neutral. The filters created the reality. And this right here, this is the pivot point for you as a leader. Our first instinct is always to try and fix this situation. But the real leverage, the real power, isn't in changing the event. It's in understanding and maybe even helping to shape the interpretation of that event. Okay, so this is all really fascinating, but let's talk brass tacks. What's the so what? What does this mean for you on a Tuesday afternoon when you're trying to get a project over the line? Let's make this super practical. Let's play this out in a super common scenario. Picture this. You announce a brand new, high-stakes project to your team, a single event. And in that instant, that one announcement shatters into a bunch of different realities. You've got someone thinking, yes, this is my chance to shine. The person next to them is thinking, oh, great, a huge risk of failure. Someone else is mentally checking out, thinking, here we go, another pointless task. And another is already feeling stressed, seeing a threat to my work-life balance. These aren't just opinions. For each of them, this is the reality of the project. And that brings us to the absolute heart of the matter. Your job isn't just project management anymore. It's reality management. You're not leading a project, you are leading a group of people, each operating inside their own personal, valid interpretation of the work you're doing. So what do you do? Where do you even start? Well, it begins with one simple thing, curiosity. Before you push your reality onto them, you have to get curious about theirs. Ask questions. How does this project land with you? What part of this excites you, and what part, if you're being honest, gives you pause? You're not just listening to be nice, you're trying to identify their filters. Because once you understand the belief that's creating their risk of failure, you can actually help them reframe it into a chance to innovate. And that is where real leadership happens. So I'll just leave you with this question to take with you today. Are you leading the one single reality that exists inside your head? Or are you leading the multiple, complex, and powerful realities of the very people who are counting on you? Because your answer to that question will define everything.